Hey, we're back. Finally. Just in time for fog. So I want to show you some of the stuff that I've done. I haven't done a whole lot, but some. Notice there's something in the window. We have curtains. Oops, I must be flying. Yeah, so I was able to make some curtains using some images, and this was a little bit tricky. I wound up having to put a pane of glass on the inside over the windows, so that when I say over the windows, I mean like right flush here over the entire window, so that I could place the curtains, because there was nothing to click on. You know, you have to click in the center of where you want your image to go. And so in order to do that, you have to put a pane of glass or something that you can click on. I tried it with a board and then tried to remove the board, but there's no way to do that, because once you use your pick to remove the board, it also removes the poster. So that didn't work. So the solution was to just put a pane of glass and put the window covering over that. They're not great, but they're okay. I'm still going to redo the floor in here, put some art on the walls and furniture and stuff like that. But I went into the into the blueprints on the forum, and I have found a bunch of furniture. This, I'm going to call it a fainting couch, was created by, I want to say it was Dagoline, but if I don't have that right, I'll put it in a script at the bottom. I believe it was Dagoline, and I stuck it here just to look at it, and I think I'm stuck with it here because it looks to be made out of many thousands of pieces, and I'm not really willing to take it apart. But I mean, it's amazing. It's just amazing. You can't sit on it, I don't believe, because it's not a real couch. But let's see, she might have put a bench or something. No, she didn't. He, she, I'm not really sure whether Dagoline is a man or a woman. I just don't know. I think a woman. Yeah, so I mean, it's amazing. This is just an amazing piece of work. Got a little rug that I found beneath it. And then in here, I think a lot has happened since you last saw it. In here we have my two chairs with their embroidery on them, and a rug, and I found a piece of armor, and I kind of just stuck him to the wall. We've got a tapestry at the main table, a couple of trestle tables. Still, I'm trying to decide if I need to rebuild these tables in a darker wood. I might do that for this room, and maybe just use these tables in the kitchens, because they're rather rustic. And I was trying to decide on the right color for the benches. I'm thinking the darker color is what I want to use. This looks like plywood or something. I think you saw my two chests before. I've got a new tapestry on the wall. I've got my antlers, which in the earlier period of time, not in modern times, there were lots of antlers in this room. I've got my guns on the one wall and my swords on the other, which is pretty consistent with what's up there. Some artwork. This happens to be an old painting of Wollaton Hall itself. So you can see what the formal gardens looked like at that time. They don't look like that today. The stable here is shown in this brick building in the foreground. That actually got moved in the 18th century to the opposite side, over here where this field is, and that's where it is today. A big stables. This is small by comparison. So yeah, that's about all that's happened inside the house, really. What I had planned to do today was to work on the greenhouse, and I've got it started. It's an odd shape and an odd orientation. It's kitty corner to the house. This is actually quite a bit closer than it is in real life, but it's going to be close to the shape. The actual greenhouse is not symmetrical. Oh my gosh, look at this weather. That can't happen. Let's fix that. Oh, that's not a type. Okay, that should help. It should begin to clear up now. Yeah, so the actual building is not symmetrical like I've done mine. It's kind of cut off on one end, and the angles are different, slightly different. It's kind of like cut off this way, kind of weird. And I will put some pictures up from Google that show what it looks like. I don't know if that is how it was built or if that happened later. There's an addition on it over here, and then there's another addition on it like right here. I don't think I will build those. But I made mine symmetrical just because it's easier. And so I went ahead and used blocks for the foundation because I really felt like that was going to be the easiest way to go. And I put it on a 45-degree angle because that is the only thing you can do with blocks is go on 90 or 45. And the 45 is done with the blocks being set on the regular way, and then using triangle blocks to smooth out the edges, which you probably knew. So what I was starting to do was to be putting in the dividers for the windows using these beams. I've got a pretty good idea of where they go. I'm kind of halfway eyeballing it and halfway measuring it. Because that seems like the easiest thing to do. So it looks like what I need to do is put in 2 on this side. And is that the same? I think it's the same width. Yeah. So we need to put 2 dividers on this side here. And what I wound up doing, oops, no, the square one. Okay. So what I wound up doing was measuring with the grid to see where they are, and then putting them in without the grid because the grid was causing them to not fall right on top of the beam. So let's see. Let's see if we can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and like right on the line of 7. If that's the same, it may not be, because it seems to change no matter where you are. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that doesn't look quite right. So, right there. All right, so let's hit Control and then remove the grid. Yeah, and if that is about right, except I think that it is, yeah, it's down a bit. So I'm going to go there, and I'm going to go up. That seems to be correct. All right, so there's that one. And I think I'm going to just like eyeball it and then check it. Let's move this over here. My torches out there. And, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I think it needs to come over to the left just a little bit. So we'll take off the grid, and it is over to the left. So now we'll just eyeball it a little bit more. We're not going to be exact on these, and we're just going to hope that they work. It kind of looks like the one on this one on the left needs to move to the left a little bit. So in that case, I'm going to move this one to the left slightly. And there's a method to my madness, just wait. Then I'm going to do this. And okay, so let's see what that looks like. It's probably not perfect, but it doesn't look too bad. Which means my windows are not going to be perfect either, and I may need to do a little finagling with them. Okay, so those two are done. So let's go back down to this end and do the same thing over here. Again, we can use the grid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I think I will just undo the grid and eyeball it again. What is that? Oops. Looks pretty flush. Yep, pretty flush. Okay. And, oh, well, let's see. Let's see what it looks like. Close is probably good enough. What do you think? One, two, three, four, five, 6.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, that's pretty close. Yeah, I think that's probably good. All right, and then over here, same deal. And grid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a half. So like right there. And you'll notice the grid is not exactly the same everywhere because of the just different places where the beams are. I didn't have control set, but that's okay. So the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a little bit further. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're almost right in between. I think right about there. Pretty close. All right. Now on the long sides, there are, and I'll show you the picture again. There are 4 sets of 4 windows each with a door in the center. And I'm gonna just kinda, well, what I wanted to do was use the grid to tell me where they go. And I have to turn my, okay, so they should be roughly the same, I think. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be here. Is that right? It looks like almost the right size. Do those look even? Not quite, huh? So, I need to take the grid off. That looks like a pretty good spot right there. Let's see what the grid looks like. It's close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a little over 7. Let's try this. And because this is on an angle, I cannot move them side to side. They kind of move in a diagonal, which makes it a little bit weird. And it's already nighttime again. Crazy. All right. I wish there was a way you could just grab stuff and copy it. They need to add that to the game, not blueprinting, because that's just way more trouble. But just like grab like several items and just say, okay, I want these just like this over here. That would be cool. I'll just be glad if we ever get an update. Starting to wonder. All right. So let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it's right pretty much on the line. So if we go, and this is like a half, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that would mean that it needs to go right there, I believe. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be like 7.5. So no, that's not right. It just doesn't want to go where I want it to go. Okay, so I need to move that to the other line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5. So it needs to go here, where the X is. Oop. Okay, that's closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. That's where it needs to go. But I think it is not sitting. That's where it needs to go. Is it where it belongs? Question is, I think that's right. If we back off, it looks really close. So there is a door in the middle, but it's going to be exactly the same width as this, and that means, and because it's a glass door, that means I have to build it. Just like I did these French doors here. Okay, so I think that's where I want that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Doesn't want to line up there, does it? Okay. And let's see if we can move it. I think that's not quite right. 6, 7. Yeah, I'm going to say that's good. All right. That one looks shorter. I bet it's sitting down on the. That one definitely looks shorter. Definitely shorter. Yes, it is. All right. Yes. So you can see. Oops. You can see it's sitting down on the bottom. We don't want that. We want it up higher. So that's where we want it. And the question is, can I remove that without breaking something? Yes. Good. Okay. I ran into that problem several times. All right, so I am going to stop the video right here and go ahead and put the rest of these posts in. I may bring you back after that to begin putting windows on. I will show you a picture. I think I may go up just a little bit taller with this because I intend to put lemon trees in here, and it's actually a camellia house, but we have lemons, so I may put lemon trees in here, and they're a bit taller. There are 4 sort of peaked roof glass, like domes, but they're pointy. 4 of them. So there's a center aisle and then an aisle that goes through crossways, and those are lower than these peaked glass tops. It's quite unusual the way it's built. I don't think I'll be able to pull it off exactly the way they did it because there's also like curved glass and triangle glass, and we can't make triangle glass. So believe me, I've tried. And so I will do the best I can with that. But I don't want to bore you with putting in more posts, so we will come back later. Hi guys, we're back. Something has happened to my world. You can see the front yard is still here. The house is still here. But something happened the last time I played when I was building my greenhouse. And somehow I fell through the world and went to hell, all the way to hell. And when I got back, the world wouldn't open, like at all. I did have a previous save, and another user by the name of Minotaurus did try to go into my database and fix it. He says he did, but I didn't get the most recent version back. So the work that I had done in here in finishing up this room and getting it furnished is set back a bit. Missing some furniture. That will be easy to replace. Got to put my weapons and my antlers and things back up. That is not such a big deal. I did kind of lose my couch, but I wasn't totally sold on where it was, so that's not a big deal. And I need to put my curtains back up and put some rugs down and things like that. And out here, you'll notice my greenhouse that you just saw a few minutes ago, it went poof. It's gone. So I need to redo that and continue building it. But I'm going to do that. I have not given up. It is today, the day after Thanksgiving in America, November the 24th. And We are awaiting still the update that will give us player models and new survival gameplay and gosh, I don't know what all. A bunch of stuff according to what all the rumors are. But that hasn't come to pass yet, and so I will continue building. And next time you see this, hopefully my greenhouse will be back, and I will finish building it with you. I will get it built back up to the point that you saw it last, and then we will finish building it together. So that's all for now. I have a lot of things to do here, but it will all be fun, so it's all good, sorta, kinda. I mean, it's a bummer, but I'm not so bummed that I'm not going to finish it. So I will see you next time. Bye-bye.